4 figures, dressed in black from head to toe, moved with a jarring speed and purpose. Their faces were obscured by terrifying masks. The idyllic morning scene was instantly fractured. One of the figures raised a weapon. "Everybody down, now!" It was a Friday morning. The sun cast a warm, gentle glow over the quiet suburban streets. In the heart of the town, the First National Bank was opening its doors. Just like any other day. The tellers smiled, greeting the first few customers of the day. They prepared their stations, counting cash, arranging forms. The air was filled with the mundane sounds of a typical workday. No one inside that bank had any idea their ordinary day was about to shatter. Down the street, a dark-colored van sat parked, but inside the atmosphere was anything but casual. 4 men sat in silence, faces behind dark masks. Every plan has a beginning. A single thought, a spark of an idea in someone's mind. For this heist, that mind belonged to a man named Leo. But behind that bland exterior was a meticulous, calculating brain. Leo had spent years studying bank security systems, not as a hobby, but as an obsession. And the First National Bank was his ultimate puzzle. He had been watching it for months. A plan, no matter how perfect, is nothing without the people to execute it. His first recruit was Marcus. Marcus was the muscle. Then came Ghost, a former gymnast with a talent for getting in and out of places unseen. And finally, Donnie, the wheelman, a man who could make any car disappear. With the crew assembled, the planning entered a new phase. It was time for rehearsal. For weeks they practiced, over and over, until it became second nature. They believed it was perfect. For them, this was not just another Friday. It was the day that would change their lives forever. The large clock on the bank's wall ticked forward. It reached the top of the hour, 10 o'clock. At that precise moment, the glass doors of the First National Bank swung open. Panic erupted. A woman screamed. Another vaulted over the counter, his movement swift and athletic. He began stuffing wads of cash into a large duffel bag. "Stay down, don't look at us!" The leader kicked open the door to the manager's office. "The vault!" the robber growled. "Open it, now!" Outside, a woman walking her dog glanced at the bank. Something was wrong. She ducked behind a parked car and shakily dialed 911. The first thread of the perfect plan was about to be pulled. As Arthur was led towards the vault, his only reality was the man in the mask and the cold, dark barrel of the gun. But he also knew something the robbers did not. The bank had recently upgraded its security, a 15-minute time delay lock, a detail that Leo, for all his research, had missed. His perfect plan, his masterpiece of timing, had a fatal flaw. While Leo was fixated on his personal timeline, a very different clock was ticking outside. Within minutes, the area around the First National Bank was being systematically sealed off. The police commander, a veteran named Captain Eva Rostova, set up a mobile command post 2 blocks away. Her first priority was containment. Her second was intelligence. She gave the order: no sirens, no overt approach. Let them think they are still in control. The timer on the vault finally hit 0. They had beaten the clock. They were rich. But as he looked outside one last time, his blood ran cold. And then he saw it. The glint of sunlight off a rifle scope.
"Police, we're surrounded!"
The standoff stretched through the night, a long, grueling ordeal. Suddenly a phone began to ring. They knew who was calling.
"I'm done, I'm getting out."
His surrender was the final crack in the dam. With his spirit broken, Leo finally agreed to surrender. Their perfect heist had concluded in the most humiliating failure imaginable. The legal proceedings that followed were swift and decisive. The evidence was overwhelming. Leo, the architect, received the longest sentence, 25 years to life. So what was the biggest mistake? Was it the time delay lock on the vault? The truth? The plan was doomed the moment Leo believed he could make a perfect plan in an imperfect world. It's a lesson in hubris. The pursuit of flawless design can blind you to simple truths. They were merely puppets, strings pulled by one fatal flaw, believing they could control everything. They built a cage of meticulous detail and through arrogance locked themselves inside. The perfect heist is proof the most intricate plans are the most fragile. What was the biggest mistake they made?